Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Broadway Bob coming to you live from downtown Carrollton. That is historic downtown Carrollton, 1026 South Broadway Street, in the middle of downtown. Easy to find me. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a few things that are going on. As you guys know, I'm a Broadway barber, and I also have the Lone Star Grooming Company. That is the Lone Star Grooming Company, okay? And I produce my own products, my own gels and stuff. I'm working on waiting for it to harden up here so I can have me a firm gel. So I make it all here in my shop. So all the stuff you see behind me in the cabinets over there, over there, and over there, basically over in that one right there, that right there, that one. All those are my products that I make here in my shop. And so just so you know, I mean, as I think I've said before, I have the Cowboy Collection, which includes all the things for a man. I mean, the hard, rugged individual that needs things to stand up out there in the heat and the dust and stuff. So I got beard oils, hair gels and pomades. I got shampoos and conditioners. I think I even have a face cleanser, body wash, so on. I got those things. Then I've got the Executive Collection, which is for those who are working indoors inside the boardroom, offices like that, and you still want to look good and be masculine. I have that also, Then, of course, the same process has got gels and pomades and beard oil and skin cleansers and shampoos and so on. Even hair growth formula that I use. Now, I want to tell you something. I used to make it with just rosemary and peppermint, which is all organic type stuff, and it works. Not as well as some of the others, but if you want to go to the natural way, that's one way to do it. And so I prepare that also. But then there's the formulas that are more in depth, require me to put more specialized ingredients in there that have been proven over time to work. You might find some of those like in minoxidil and stuff like that. But I make it myself. I got the recipes and I formulated them. Matter of fact, this new formula is probably the newest one. Might be the best one. I think it works really well so far. So anyway, I got those products for men. Then I have the Radiance Collection, which is more in depth in some cases because it's not hair gels, but it's face creams, night creams, anti-wrinkle serums, facial serums, of course shampoos, and conditioners. But again, these things are made with high quality ingredients that I have imported from South Korea. Then there's also I got some new ingredient that's come in that I want to start using. It's a rice water. It's a special type of rice water, which is very popular also in Asia. So I'm starting to formulate my serums and stuff using the rice water, which should be add to the better quality. Matter of fact, even higher quality than some of those things you see on your shelves when you go shopping. If you go to a high-class store, a high-rated cosmetic store, mine surpasses that. I have actually put ingredients in there that, and the formulation-wise, that makes it even up above that, and at a lower price because I'm not selfish. I'm not greedy. I'm just trying to make a formula that works. And I'm waiting for this to harden up, get firmer. It's not doing it. That's the problem about research and development. Research and development you go through a lot of chemicals or ingredients, and when it doesn't come out right, you've got to throw it away and start over. So I do that a lot. So, I mean, with all the money I spent on ingredients, and let me tell you, importing stuff outside of the United States, from outside coming in, yeah, that's a lot of money. Thank you, Donald Trump. I love you, man, but, you know, it's expensive. But anyway, so, but I do this because I want my customers to have good quality products, and without, and if you know me at all and you've been in my shop, then you know that I don't never charge a lot of money as it is for like getting haircuts and stuff. I'm very inexpensive when it comes to that. Don't use the word cheap. That's a bad word. Inexpensive. I'm not cheap. I'm inexpensive. I want people to be able to afford, you know, good stuff rather than spending. I mean, I guess I could charge you a lot of money, but I don't. You know, I could charge you $30 for a haircut, but I don't. I could charge you up for $100 on some of the cosmetics that I make, but I won't. That's not what I do. I just want you. As long as I can make a little bit off of it, I'm okay. That I can pay for my ingredients, you know. And like I said, you start importing stuff from overseas during this time period right now, and things get expensive. Yeah, I avoid doing stuff with China. I don't buy stuff out of China because, you know, China. There's a problem when you buy stuff from China. You don't know. You know what they say they're giving you, but you don't know what you're getting, right? When you actually get that in, and then if you find out that it's not what you thought it was, all right, you've already spent the money because you got to pay for it before they even let you complete the order. It's got to be paid for, you know, and then you're paying a buttload of money. And they send it to you, and then when you get it in, and you say, well, that's not what I thought it was, or that doesn't work the way it's supposed to work, what are you going to do? You're going to go sue them? They know you ain't going to go sue them. They know you're not going to touch them, and you can't. You're not a big conglomerate. You don't got the lawyers behind you, right? So you're stuck. And so in my case, if I get something that I paid for, a lot of money for, I am stuck with whatever I paid. And I can probably just throw the stuff away. You know, so I don't buy from China. It's easy. I could buy a lot of stuff out of China. I can even buy product and sell, you know, get it in and put my name on it and say, yep, this is mine, and sell it. You wouldn't know the difference, but I would. You know, I would know. I would have to live with myself. And it's hard enough living with myself as I am without living with myself if I'm a liar. You know, so there you go. So Lone Star, you know, Lone Star Grooming Company. That's my company. Lone Star Grooming. I'm trying to get all this stuff put together so I can start actually. I've been putting it off and dilly-dallying around, you know, doing those things that men like to do, you know, procrastination. Yeah, I've been doing that a lot lately. Instead of working on my product, I've been procrastinating. And this stuff still ain't getting solid like it's supposed to. I might have to wait a little longer to see. Or maybe I have to research and see what I did wrong so I can correct it. But either way, it'll get there. So anyway, so what's going on in the world, ladies and gentlemen? We all know that Donald Trump went to Davos. And if you don't know that Donald Trump went to Davos, you've been hiding your head inside the dirt. And if you don't know that Donald Trump, while he was there, gave to him in his unique style as Donald Trump, he gave him a piece of his mind. He was polite about it, but he was direct. Stuff that they don't like to hear. You know, those are European elites. You know, you say we got elites in this country. The European elites are just European elites. You know, they're snub nosed. You know, those people from across the pond, and so Donald Trump pretty much just tells it like it is. What's that coming around there? I don't know what that is. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. So Donald Trump likes to give it to him, and he gave it to him. And they were, you know, he told him, he says, and he told him the truth. Without the United States of America, without us, the American people, and the United States, Europe would be destitute, because World War II, we saved their asses from the frying pan. We, the United States of America, if it wasn't for us, Europe would be a different picture right now. They'd all be speaking German, and so would we, you know, or even Japanese for that matter at that time. America saved Europe and, quite frankly, the world. And then when their country was destroyed and stuff, it was America that went there and put it back together. We spent billions of dollars to put it back together, right? Getting the country back up, helping them fund everything, giving them support financially so they can get back on their feet. Right? The world was devastated, and the United States saved their butts. They never paid us back. Never, ever. And Donald Trump was so nice that he even reminded them. He says, look, if it wasn't for us, where would you be? He told them straightforward, which is truth, the truth. They may not like the truth, and they may want to try to sweep it under the carpet. I mean, we had to kick them out of our country back in the 1700s, right? We kicked their butts out of here in the 1700s. A fledgling nation, at the very beginning of its core, beginning to be a country, or wanting to be a country, we had to fight off Europeans who wanted to take this country for their own. Yes, we are descendants of those very people who tried to destroy us. But they were murdering Americans during that time period, you know, because they had the power. If we didn't want to obey what they said, you know, we had to house military, English military and stuff to come in our homes, and we had to board them. And if they decided that they wanted to have sex with your wife, that was up to them. They'd just shoot you. They didn't care. All right? That's what they felt about us. So, we destroyed them then. We destroyed we destroyed Germany. You know, so Donald Trump let them know about that. And he told them, we want Greenland, and there's nothing you can do. If we wanted to take it, there's nothing that the European nation could do. You had some of them idiots over there that said, well, at least one in particular, wanted to talk about, like Finland said, well, we could defend ourselves. Really? Really? You could defend yourselves? And how would you do that, pray tell, if America doesn't, if we take all of our weapons and all of our people out of Europe, we take everything that we own out of Europe, and as soon as we did that, Russia would come in and take them. And they wouldn't be able to stop them. China would come in and do that. So no, Europe, you're dummies for thinking like that if you ever did. And they knew they were stupid. They knew they were just talking bull. It wasn't going to happen. And Donald Trump said, yeah, we can take it, but that's not what I want to do. That's what Donald Trump says. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to use force because I'm not going to. There's other ways to do it. And then by the time he was ready to leave there, They'd already formulated plans that he would be in control. We may not own Greenland, but the deal will be made that we will control it, more or less, without owning it. We better do as we please. They can continue to say that Denmark wants to own it. I mean, really, what would Denmark do if we did? They said they were going to bring troops. They brought 34 troops into Greenland. 34. As a European Union, the European nations brought only 34 total soldiers into Greenland. And you're going to defend it with 34 people. You're going to defend Greenland with 34. And then who are you going to defend it against? America? Look, here's a flat out truth about all this crap between Canada and Greenland and Europe. All right? If we wanted Greenland, we could take it. We just walk in there and say it's ours. Now get the hell out. It's that simple. They don't have a big population in Greenland as it is. And they have no way, they surrendered Greenland back in World War II to the Nazis in 6 minutes. 6 minutes time, and they gave away their country to the Nazis. And the Nazis wanted to use Greenland to go ahead and build sub bases there so they'd have a location where they can go ahead and penetrate into America. America said, oh, hell no. And that's when we came up here and we took it back. Then we took it back. It was ours. Just like we took Mexico. We conquered Mexico. We conquered Greenland. And what did we do in Mexico? We gave it back. We're so nice. We're so nice. And that's what Donald Trump said about Greenland. He says, you're so stupid. We're too nice. We gave it back to you and now you disrespect us. We gave it back. Didn't ask nothing for it. We just gave it back to you. But I want it back. That's what he says. So what would Greenland do? Would Europe be able to defend it if we decided to take it militarily? We are the ones that keep Europe free. We are the ones who are the defenders of Europe and the world against our enemies. We stand up against them by ourselves, basically. The rest of those nations over there don't have big militaries. Not like ours. So no, Greenland, if we wanted it, we could take it. And nobody could stop us. But that would be the wrong way to do it, right? Because then we'd have hatred. And we don't want that. And Canada. Canada is the fact that they are attached to us on our northern border. The fact that they are right there on our northern border and they speak our same English as we do. They are our brothers and sisters separated by a line. They benefit from the fact of our power and their ability to do trade with us right here in our hemisphere. It's so simple for them. We defend them. Canada's military is very small. We defend Canada. If we wanted to take Canada, we'd just walk in and take Canada too. Because they don't have the military. There might be a small fight. It'll be a small fight. Canada doesn't have the ability to conduct a war against the United States of America. And here's what's going to happen, people. I don't care what anybody thinks. If you look at the map, the western provinces of Canada are eventually going to become part of America. Unless they go up to independent. Either way. But it would behoove them to come, because they, like Alberta. Alberta, they got all the oil up there. And all their oil can come straight across our border, and it would benefit both of us. Because they would get rich off of it, and we'd have oil. So there you go. Very easy. The other provinces, the western provinces, want to follow Alberta. And they'll become America. That would mean that the western half of Canada, from Alberta's border all the way back to the coast and to Alaska, would be about American. The eastern part, which is Quebec and Ontario or something like that, that would be that would be Canada. And then we got Greenland. That part of Canada would be surrounded by all America. There'd be a little tiny island unto itself. And then all we have to do is tell Europe and say, look, I don't know what you want, but we're taking Canada. All right? We're going to make Canada ours. So then what you going to do about it? I mean, because now we surrounded those parts of Canada that would be still Canadian, that are honored towards England, all right, and France. France ain't worth a flying flip. The French are they're fruit flies. The French are fruit flies. And Macron, he's over there. He got punched in the face again. You got to know he got punched in the face again. He's wearing those dark glasses on stage, trying to look like he's somebody. Or did he get punched by his wife again? You gotta love it. So anyway, France, they eat fruit flies. They're just fruit flies. We destroy them in a heartbeat too. And then who would it be? England. We kicked them out the first time, and we saved their asses. They don't want to go to war with us. They can't fight us. They don't got the power to do it either. So if we wanted it, we could take it without much squabble. All right? Without much squabble, we could take it. But that's not what Donald Trump is about. Donald Trump don't want to take anything. He'd rather just negotiate for it and have it given to him, or for a very minimal amount of money, comparatively, you know. But yeah. So on that stage, we got nothing to lose. They can't defeat us. They can't fight us. You know, they're all woke. They're ate up. But anyway, so yeah, I love it. I think it's great that we're finally showing our power, the power of the United States. It's about time, because we've been pissed on for so long. We've allowed Europeans to crap down our shirt necks. Yeah, not anymore. But anyway, so that's what's going on with people. I got things that I got to get to and get done. I'm still working on my formulas. I got to get it done. As soon as I get all my formulas done, I'm going to have a sit down about all and an interview or show you all of my products, so you can see about them, how good they are. Okay? Y'all have a great day and be blessed. Hallelujah. Amen.